Hi everybody, Sarah here. So doing pretty good so far. Literally in once this video is like published and put on the discussion board, I will literally be having another sleepover with my friends. Basically the reason why we keep having like the sleepovers is basically because I am moving at the on May 2nd. So we're just trying to have enough time to be spending time together and hanging out. But we're gonna be doing that again. Gonna be roped into Commander and Yu-Gi-Oh and a bunch of board games because that's just what we do. So that's gonna be fun, hopefully. And yeah, other than that, we're moving stuff. I don't know if you guys could see. There's like another trash bag behind that too. Yeah, we're putting a bunch of like my clothes from my closet just in those bags, and we're gonna. They're my mom and my brother are gonna be taking them to the new house tomorrow because we got a new house. So we're renting a new house. So that's fun. But yeah, that's pretty much what's up with me so far. The composer that I chose was Missy Mazzoli, and it felt really refreshing to have a composer that's truly like recent. And it was just really exciting because it's like, she's not our age, but she's a lot more closer to our age group. So it's like it feels different and special, I guess, is an interesting way of putting it, but it's like it feels cool that that we just have people just doing these things that's truly like modern. But she's done some really interesting things. Attended Boston University, studied theory and composition, got her bachelor's in 2002. She got Fulbright grants, which led to studies with people named Louise Andreessen and Martine Betting at the Royal Conservatory in a place called Hague from 2002 to 4. Then she attended Yale, studied composition, got her master's in 2006. After that, she served as a composer in residence, including places at Stein, Amsterdam, the Gabriel Festival of Music, Blue Mountain Center, and the MacDowell Colony, as well as California State University at Fullerton and the Albany Symphony. So that was all from 2004 to 2012. But she also, from 2007 to 2010, worked as an executive director at the MATA Festival of Music, which she would promote and present works of young composers. For her orchestras, like the way that they describe the things that she does, so there's orchestras, small ensembles, solos, dramatic stages, her own like electroacoustic chamber group, Victor. So it describes her music as sophisticated for commands harmonic tension and resolution and a colorful, pellucid sounds. She integrates electronic music into electronic instruments into these acoustic ensembles, small and large. And one of the songs that I chose, I think, is gonna really like show that for sure. Her pieces have been given these a bunch of performances, many ensembles. One of these works, I'll give an example. These Worlds in Us, which premiered in Minnesota Orchestra in 2006. And she's received a bunch of awards and grants, including the American Music Center of Composers Assistance Grants, the Jerome Foundation Composers Commissioning Program Grant, Barlow Foundation Grant, and 4 ASCAP Young Composer Awards or 4 of them from 2007 to 10. And compared to many of the other composers that I've discussed, I didn't give as many examples as I would, like the notable works that she's premiered. Like she's premiered a lot of works. I just didn't get the time to describe them all. But it's like she still has done a lot. It's like even though there are composers older than her, of course they lived full lives and they've done a lot. Like from what she's done recently, it's like it's still a lot of work and a lot of achievements, which I think is really cool and it makes me a little bit jealous. But of course, I was born in 2001. What could I do? One of the songs that I'm going to describe is called Vespers for Violin. This one came out in 2023, so this is one of her newer ones on Spotify. Um, but it starts off like with this slow crescendo, and the violins have these long notes at these high octaves, and there's like a lot of electronic noises in the backgrounds. Like there's this chime and this choir that plays in the background, and they also have like this echo to the violin and to the chimes. So it's very interesting. I think that's how they incorporate this electronic music. I also thought the violins were electronic a little bit, but I think it's just the echo. And so there's a mixture. It's mainly like these like long notes, and then there's a and it's a long note again. So that's probably the best way to describe this piece. Um, but they have like these medium range octaves to like really high ones. Um, Towards the halfway point, there's also like a new set of violins, like the original one, like kind of just fades out, and a new one just fades back in, crescendos into the background. They kind of mixture with each other, some slightly lower octaves until they, as well as that's what the choir joins as well in the center, in the beginning, the center of the piece. But the choir plays with this new violin. There's a lot of repetition and variation from what it sounds to me. The best way that I could describe also how this song sounds is very eerie and almost like a sci-fi, like you're exploring like some desolate kind of planet kind of thing, is what it sounds like. It's definitely monophonic. That's what I do kind of notice, because it does feel like like there's not as many moving parts, but there is at the same time. Like there's a good amount, so it definitely doesn't sound like homophonic or anything like that. Like it's definitely monophonic, that's for sure. That I think I do agree on. The notes sounded major, but they definitely were like an off key. They were pretty on key, pretty normal kind of notes. I'm not even sure. I can't even remember what you call them. But yeah, they blended in really nice together. Each note just sounded right with each other, so that was really nice. But the ending of the song has the violin like fade out, and so all it does is up the choir and the chimes in the background, but then they both begin to fade. But yeah, I really enjoyed what this composer is, and it kind of definitely puts the like electronic composition and the orchestral stuff like together, I think, like a lot more clearer, because there's so many different kinds of examples and ways that you can do that. But I think like this one example like still helped me understand it even further. And yeah, I think she's really cool, and honestly I'm kind of glad that it felt that I got to hear something a lot more recent with this composer, so that was really nice. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. So I think I hear my phone on the bed, like at the very edge. I hear the little between between. I'm like, oh my god, what if they're starting to come? So people are gonna be here, but I'm glad that I was still able to get the chance to learn all about this composer. And if you guys are also interested, at the Fine Arts Building, around all the floors pretty much, but one of my pieces is in the student art show, and so it's in one of the painting rooms on the fourth floor. So if you remember my name and you want to go check it out, you might just see my stuff there. So just gonna put that one out there. But other than that, that's pretty much it, guys. So I would recommend giving her work like an actual, like, check it out. They're pretty short, or they're good. They're a good length. They're like 5 to 7 minutes, 5 to 8 minutes long, kind of. So yeah, I would say check her out and see what you guys think about it. But I will talk to you all next week. So have fun, everybody. Bye bye.